Hello everyone, welcome to From the Star Wars Home Video Library. I'm your host Nathan P. Butler. This time, we circle back to something we've seen before to actually show you how it was packaged, and in a way, we extend out a theme about packaging that we've seen in some previous episodes. You may recall that in 2005, we saw the DVD release with no corresponding VHS release in the US of Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. You could buy it on widescreen DVD, or you could choose to buy it instead on full screen DVD. Again, that gold for widescreen, blue for full screen type of color scheme that we would see again in 2006 for the original trilogy, but which hadn't been used for the original trilogy in 2004 or 2005, making for some weird color combinations. We've seen before that if you bought either of those at Walmart, and there was a time when I thought it was just the widescreen one, it is both. If you bought either of those at Walmart at the time, you could have gotten, as a bonus, this DVD here, called The Story of Star Wars. This has the story of Anakin Skywalker, which is basically just a recap of episodes 1 and 2, and the story of Luke Skywalker, which is basically a recap of episodes 4 through 6, being told by R2-D2 and C-3PO. It's a bonus DVD available just through this pack-in. However, as we saw after originally seeing this, those two little features, Story of Luke Skywalker and Story of Anakin Skywalker, were actually originally released on PVD, personal video disc, for the Video Now player on the Story of Star Wars' first version, and then reissued on the Story of Star Wars' second version on PVD for Video Now. Both of them came with two different versions, or both of them came with a different version, there we go, of a third disc, which is called essentially Behind the Scenes of Star Wars. But the behind the scenes stuff was like trailers and pieces of documentaries we've already seen kind of re-edited together and whatnot. So it was only the story of Anakin and the story of Luke that got lifted off of these to be part of this if you were going to buy one of these. Well, even at the beginning of when this show started back in, 2013 or so, it had been 8 years since that was in stores. This was back when I wasn't collecting. I was getting one of each film at least, but it wasn't like I was out there hunting down every single variant. It wasn't like I was hunting down the odd stuff. I didn't feel like I needed to have, for instance, all the different versions of A New Hope, at least in their early incarnations. I just wanted one pre-THX, one THX special edition, and so on. That meant that when I bought them, I just opened them up, and they were in my collection. Like, these products were what I bought together at Walmart in 2005, and they're still sitting in my collection. I just picked this one up later because I didn't bother with full screen at the time. So I didn't get a chance to show you what they actually would have looked like on store shelves back in 2005. And it turns out that there's an aspect to this that I actually didn't know about, but which should have been obvious for those who think in terms of corporate structures and whatnot, which I should, being an economics teacher, but it never really occurred to me. Well, enter a gentleman by the name of Lance Worth. Lance is a recent person who has joined the Star Wars Home Video group over on Facebook, the one run by Justin Berger. Just search Star Wars Home Video if you want to join it. You do need to apply to join it, but unless you're crazy, we generally let anybody in. But the Star Wars Home Video group was graced by Lance popping in with some interesting items that he had recently acquired in bulk that he was in the process of trying to resell and get back out the door. Many of which were Star Wars Home Video items that were brand new, which included the way these were originally released at Walmart and otherwise. Wait, Walmart exclusive otherwise? What are you talking about? So, for those who are curious, how did Revenge of the Sith on DVD look when released at Walmart with the pack-in of Story of Star Wars? Was it one in front of the other? Were they beside each other? What the heck did it look like? This is the widescreen version. Those are side by side. They don't actually make a picture together, but almost. Got your Walmart sticker there. It says 2-disc set includes exclusive deleted scenes, all new documentary film within a minute, George Lucas commentary, and much more. Now that is only referring to this, okay? Because you can actually find that sticker on other releases as well, okay? Whereas this side is Story of Star Wars with no fanfare about what it is, but there's a sticker there in between that tells you what it is that I couldn't show you before. It says, exclusive bonus DVD includes R2-D2 and C-3PO's Chronicles of Luke and Anakin Skywalker. Almost 60 minutes of additional content. At the top, when they're closed, you got your label there for Revenge of the Sith, but it is only Revenge of the Sith. It says DVD, Star Wars 3, Revenge of the Sith widescreen. There's nothing to mark this side because that's not the product being sold, it's this. And then you got your security device enclosed, so you got your little thing down here that says that is the case. But then on the back, nothing merging the two, it's just the backs of both products with your UPC sticker over top of the regular UPC sticker there. Okay, so this was the widescreen package available at Walmart that would get you Story of Star Wars. It, of course, had its companion piece, which for a while I didn't know for sure existed or not because I didn't pick it up at the time, which is a full-screen version of the same thing. Story of Star Wars is still the same thing regardless, but there's your full-screen version of Revenge of the Sith packaged in with it. Same kind of sticker and everything else. Same setup. No surprises there, but that is how they would have looked. Now, along the way, we've seen other different versions of Revenge of the Sith being released on DVD, most prominently those Target ones with the little coins. But we've also looked at these. Remember, this is the club packaging for somewhere like Costco, right? It's an anti-theft packaging. The DVD inside is still the same, the case is still the same, but it's got this giant cardboard container around it to make sure that it's not easy to, like, slip down your pants and escape with it, unless you really got some heavy, heavy pants. And they had the widescreen version we just saw there, and a full screen version. Now, I was thinking of these as, well, that's what you would get at somewhere like Costco or Sam's Club, you know, the big box club stores. But I didn't put two and two together on one aspect of this, and that is the fact that Sam's Club is owned by Walt & Company, the same people who run Walmart. So, whereas most of the time you would just see a regular version of a film at Sam's Club, so if it's club packaging, something like this, turns out that when Walmart got this exclusive, so did Sam's Club. It was a sort of a Walt & Company exclusive, not necessarily a Walmart exclusive, though that's the way we tend to think of it. Which means that not only did we have these versions, there needed to be a club packaging version that sort of combines this with this. Well, sure enough there was, and they're freaking huge. The size of a Laserdisc case here. This is the widescreen version of Revenge of the Sith, as you can see with the little widescreen sticker over here, with Story of Star Wars, just like at Walmart, except packaged in the club packaging, just like the ones we saw there for Costco, to protect it from theft. Yeah, you're definitely not sticking this one down your pants. At the top it says exclusive bonus disc, up at the top. Star Wars with the 3 behind it, Revenge of the Sith, like the club packaging. Down here, bonus disc includes R2-D2 and C-3PO's Chronicles of Luke and Anakin Skywalker, almost 60 minutes of additional content. So the same information that was on that sticker in the center on the other ones. You got your sticker there inside the packaging talking about what's on this, but that's the same regardless of release. You flip it around, it is still Mustafar. Through the windows, you can see the back of the other 2 products there. It's reflecting a bit because it is still plastic. Nothing on the bottom, nothing on the top. The side, Star Wars Revenge of the Sith, and Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. So it's essentially that pair that you could get at Walmart, but put into anti-theft club packaging specifically for good old Sam's Club, as opposed to somewhere like Costco that presumably would have gotten just the regular ones, or even after these sold out, presumably Walmart and Sam's Club would have just had the regular releases of non-club and club packaging, as the case may be. But there's your widescreen version, and sure enough, Lance actually had both versions of both versions. Here is the full screen version. Looks exactly the same. Alright, exactly the same, so we can just zip through it quickly. But notice there, the full screen sticker, and the fact that this is a full screen copy, though you can't really tell unless you angle it just right to be able to actually see the blue, because the blue isn't really meant to show through the hole there. So is it much to talk about? Not really, but I did want to be able to show you those here on the show because I hadn't had a chance to show you those in original form before. So, again, the key things to remember. Revenge of the Sith on DVD in full screen and widescreen could both come with Story of Star Wars at either Walmart in one set of packaging or Sam's Club in that larger club packaging. But in either case, the Story of Star Wars is just the story of Luke and the story of Anakin bits pulled out from the PVDs from either version of the Video Now releases on PVD. Got it? Great. And surely that's going to be the last of the variants of Revenge of the Sith on DVD that we're going to look at from the US, right? I kind of hope so, because that's a lot of them for the pre-Disney days to have that many variants, but I suppose we'll see as time goes on. With that, we'll wrap up this episode. Thank you for watching, and may the Force be with the home video viewers.